So how do you go from playing single note lines and back to chords again? That shift is sometimes really cumbersome, or at least a challenge for most of us. And what it really is that you're doing something up here with a totally different pattern of movement than what you're doing down here. So when you play chords, because you do it so much in the beginning, it becomes one thing that kind of you have to, put more than one finger on the fretboard at one time, and you have to do a specific thing down here, right? And then you have to go to a completely different pattern of movement, which is picking a single string, right, with little movements and only having, right? So it's a back and forth thing. But in this case, it's not just a matter of going back and forth between two chords, or going back and forth between two notes, or those are also little patterns, little entities, picking a note, picking another note. We put them together into little patterns, right? In this case here, it's a matter of going from one category of patterns, which is single note playing, to another category of patterns, which is multiple note playing, right? i.e. chords. And the only way to do that is to, and become really good at it, is to simply practice the category shift a lot. But to do, instead of practicing multiple things at one time, like you would do when you practice a riff, right? If you practice a riff that goes, right? It's a bluesy riff. Then what you're really doing there is that you're both practicing the single notes, you're practicing the chord work, right? You're practicing a lot of things. Instead of doing that, just to nail this little challenge of going from chords to single notes, what you want to do is play something that you're super good at in both categories. Like say, if you go like the G major chord is your most favorite, you master, you can just go, right? You can just take your fingers and then bam, it's just right there, right? Let's say it's like that. And you got this thing going, right? Something like that you're very good at already. You don't want to be practicing what you're trying to put together here, because it's the putting together that you want to practice. And then you simply want to go single notes. Right? And notice I have a little break in between here, so I can go from one category of movement to another. And most people don't see this. We just think, okay, I'm just going to play a chord, then I'm going to play single notes. But in the beginning, that shift is huge, because one thing is, okay, here, solo, 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? And then suddenly you have to go. Right? But a great practice method to follow is to use the blues once again, and simply play your own blues chords. This exercise is good for so many things, by the way, but this is also one of them, that you simply go. Right? This is a little bit hard. It's actually a good idea to have a blues progression running in the background, so you have something to support you. Because what you're really trying to do here is just play the blues by yourself. Boom, and your timing has to be impeccable between the chords, right? And then what you do with that exercise, so have something running in the background, just a blues progression. Right, like a jam track, a backing track you find on YouTube. So every time the chord shifts, basically, right? You go from, or you have 2 bars or 1 bar. Right? Have something running in the background to support you, and then you speed it up, and so you can go. right? Back and forth and back and forth. And it's not what you play. It's not the licks. It's not the lines. It's not the chords. It's not the complexity of it. It's going back and forth from this pattern of playing a chord and then having a single note line, right? You don't have to do this for very long before that whole area melts together like nothing. So do the exercise, get the result. It's not that big a challenge as long as you loop it and do it continuously over a couple of days. See you in the next video. My name is Claus Levin, and you can go download the free course just below here by clicking the link in the description. Don't forget to subscribe and leave a comment. See you in the next video.